Oh yeah. Ha! What a beat. Oh yeah. Sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, damn, I should have sang on that one. I mean, I can. I can re-release. Eh. Gilmaro, take that. Club Shada gang, 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 gang. What it do? What it up? What is up? Welcome to Club Shada episode number 65. Damn, 65. It's crazy. I'm your host. I'm your friend. I'm your homie, Mr. Shada, aka Kaysha, aka porn star, and other things. I hope everybody's fine. I hope everybody is in good spirit. Our show tonight is brought to you by shadaware.com, where you can find amazing stuff that you can wear. And if you wanna support the show, it's a great idea to get yourself some Shadaware and enjoy how Shadaware makes you sexy. That's the slogan. Shadaware makes you sexy. So yeah, get your Shadaware stuff, t-shirts, leggings, and other things. I hope everybody's doing good tonight. It is in Portugal, midnight and 52. I'm that late? Okay. Got the cable. It's in my legs. Yeah. It is here, midnight and 52. Before we begin, everybody put in the comments where you are listening from and what time it is for you, just for people to realize how much what we are building is something that is global, and it is something that is amazing, because all my life I've been frustrated with the idea that my art and whatever I was creating had to be blocked to territories or by language barriers with whatever. And I mean, in a way, what the quarantine has brought to me is this: a commitment twice a week to a bunch of strangers who became my gang, who became the people that I'm eager to talk to twice a week, and on time. And in a way, it changed me as a person, because interestingly, where a lot of people are lost with no idea of what they're gonna do, I'm actually, I know what I got to do. I gotta be on Club Shot on Wednesdays and on Sundays, and I have to find something to talk about, and yeah, you know, and then I have to, during the week, I have to edit the different episodes and cut it into small, easy to digest 10-minute pieces for the people who missed the live, and for the people who were just passing by and are interested in something. So it's I feel really blessed that I got that from being locked at home. And if I'm not a guy of regrets, I always say it, but if there's something that I wish I did before, maybe it would have been to start this in February, like really like in the beginning of the quarantine, and to just start doing this every day. I don't know, like, but hey, things starts when they have to start, and they are here for you when they have to. And as we will talk today, in today's conversation, if you guys don't sway it somewhere else, trusting the process is the secret. So I hope everybody's good. What are we up today? Nah. So yeah, as I was saying, Club Shada is brought to you as always by shadaware.com. I'm still like, I really enjoyed myself last time. When I come live, I just have one sentence that I write in my note. I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna talk about how to do this. I don't prepare nothing. I don't have notes. I don't have it's just like if I was on the phone with Bodhisattva or Lil Maro or Malcolm. I just come, and it's a whole complete improvisation, and being able to talk for 2 hours and do a kind of a masterclass was very very valuable to me, because it showed me that I could have the confidence to maybe one day sell this or do it in a conference, stuff like that, and it is something that sometimes we want to do stuff, but we're not sure. You see what I mean? And it's great to know that, I can do it. So, yeah, this is beautiful. Master Electronic, how are you, brother? CV Beats, how are you, brother? Sister Julie Badi, how are you today? Hey, you're not late today. Bonjour, Emmanuel. Comment ça va? Bruno Rodriguez, what up, my brother? I hope you're fine. We have to call each other. Tomorrow morning, I'm doing a 10-kilometer walk. That would be a good time for us to chat. It's been a while. We have to talk about the different developments. My bro, Lil Maro, what up, brother? Things are coming. Are my 2 beats ready? Hein? Où est l'hydroponique? Mr. Simmons, how are you, brother? I hope you're fine. I hope you're in good spirits. Cousin Joel, I hope you're fine. I hope Dimitri and Dede are doing great. And I've been enjoying your I was about to say your channel. It's your wife's channel, but I know both of you are in command. I know you in the shadows, being the king that the queen needs. And I've been enjoying those subjects that are very interesting. And they're bold. You have some bold subjects. I'm here. I'm watching. It was great to catch it live as well. Thank you, brother. But it's nothing special. Just a shirt. Hey. Merci. I've been wearing t-shirts for so many times that I was like, I miss wearing shirts. So just bought me some shirts and I'm just wearing them. Merci. Malcolm Beats. Malcolm Beats is about to come with 2 EPs. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just gonna let the people discover. Obrigado. Avenger VST. Ooh, I have to check it out. Gotta send me the link so I can check their website and see if I want to download that. What do you do, Rueda? Et Comore, 3h53, damn it. Nice. Sweden, 153. Are you worse than me? No, wait. Yeah, you have 1 hour more than me in Sweden. I miss Sweden. I want to go to Sweden in the summer. I always go when it's cold. Hey, Niagara Falls, Canada. Part 2 gets almost 8 p.m. France, 1:53. What else can we do? You know? You look fresh. Hey, cousin, how are you? You look fresh and you have a beautiful shirt. Are you coming from a CEO's meeting? No, actually, I was in pajamas. I was in pajamas a few minutes ago. I was just like, what am I gonna wear? And I was looking at this shirt I just bought, and I was like, yeah, let me wear that. You're crazy, man. You always want you. Today I'm talking about confidence, but interesting subject. You're gonna have to send me some links so I can read and then talk about it, because I didn't read nothing about it. I know a lot of people are trying, looking into it. That's interesting, and hey, hey, thanks. Hey, Rosa, how are you? Hey, Nadia. It was great to be there. Yay. The boss is here. Put your likes. There's 10 likes missing. Just saying. What can I say? I'm okay, not my best week, but I'm so happy to see you okay. Oh, well, listen, I hope being here at home will lift you up a bit. And maybe the things we're going to talk about today are going to give you some keys. I'm going to talk to you about my keys, the things that we'll talk about, some of the keys that I got in life, and how they helped me become who I am today. And before that, let me talk to you about the news, about what's going on in the world. As you know, and we probably talked about it before, some companies have found, free companies actually, are saying now that their vaccines are 94% operational. It still means that, to be realist, there's another 6 months of fuckery before. First of all, they're gonna have to vaccinate, and first of all, the tests are not finished. And when they say, "Yo, we are like 95% accurate vaccine," that's on a sample of 100 people. Now they have to have the result of the rest of the 30,000 people where they do the test from. And now it's a lot of announcing, because everybody's now like, listen, there's going to be a lot of money involved. Even if you don't pay as a person to get vaccinated, or you pay $15 or $20 or whatever amount, somebody going to have to pay these companies. And all these governments are buying hundreds of millions of doses of those vaccines. So now you have like 3 companies, 2 in the US, 1 in Germany, and I think 1 in Spain. The Chinese already started vaccinating everybody. The clubs are open out there already. So we are starting to see like the end of this mess. But like I said last week, it doesn't mean that problems are finished, it doesn't mean that the economic crisis is not waiting for us after the the pandemic. You're gonna have the systemic economic crisis, because a lot of people have, yeah, a lot of people are not gonna stand up after this. You have and before the general population is vaccinated, they're gonna need to vaccinate the people who are the most exposed, which are the people who work at the hospitals, all the medics, the nurses, all these people who are, yeah, exposing themselves to high doses of the vaccine. All these people will have to go first, and at the same time, I don't know if these people want to be the guinea pigs. Maybe, yeah, you want to test a bit too. You don't want people to start all, I don't know, having a bad reaction in 6 months. And I understand we want to go fast and find a solution, but a normal vaccine takes 10 years to test, trial, or make it better, etc., etc. So, I mean, it's a tough situation, because I believe that the world has been used to working on vaccines and trying to make it happen, but usually it's, yeah, they go to Africa, they go to Asia, they go to poor country, and they do their test, and they're not really like concerned. They're concerned, right? They want to protect themselves, but the disease is usually outside of Europe or outside of the US. So when you have one case of Ebola or one case of one of these in their soil, everybody's like cranky, but you never go more than 30 cases in there, and they never have more than 2 or 3 or 7 dead people. And for the first time in our lifetimes, there you go. You have like millions of people, like I don't know, tens of millions of people infected, more than 1 million dead, like in all the rich countries on their knees. So I guess this is why they are running fast, and they are finding cures in a speed that is never seen. And at the same time, listen, there's a lot of money to be made. Like, there's a lot of money to be made. If your company finds a vaccine and you tell any country that is trying to save their people and their economies, listen, yeah, it's gonna be like 25 per dose. And every country will say, okay, I want 100 million doses. Boom, you just made 2.5 billion as a company. So this is why all these companies now, they are rushing to say, oh, we found it. We have something that works, etc., etc. And everybody's talking about it. And it's kind of giving people a little bit of hope, giving the economy a little bit of stimulus. But for now, it's more announcing stuff to maybe have pre-sales. And if you have people, or you yourself as a company, invested $1 billion, $2 billion, $5 billion in creating the solution, the vaccine, or the first vaccine, you want to be the first to sell it, because not only when you say, hey, we found it, your shares go up, and your investors who invested money in your companies, in your shares, they get money just because of the excitation of people. So to give you an example of me, I mean, around May, June, I heard about all the companies that were developing vaccines. So I heard about Moderna, I heard about Pfizer, of course, and BioNTech. I heard that everybody was trying, and during the course of the last 4 months, I invested like every month. I invested like $200 or $300 in shares of each of those companies. Yeah, not that much. I probably have like $800 of each of them. And the day that Pfizer announced that they had a vaccine, everything went up of 10 to 15%. And from my investment of 800, it transformed itself into 1,002. So I could sell now, and then the other two, same thing. And then the rest of my stock just went up. So because of one news, I probably made around, I don't know, $3,000, $4,000 just because everything that was closed got hope. So people invested, the stock went up, and I made money. And then it made the Bitcoin go up as well. The XRP is going up as well. So my cryptocurrency assets, they went up as well. Because when everything was going down, I was lucky enough to have some savings that I was not using because we were at home for 4 months. So I just spent all the quarantine investing in cryptocurrency and stocks. And when everything was down, and now everything is going up. So, in a way, made money during all this, and that's interesting. That's okay. I have to talk. I have to do. I want to talk. Next time I'll talk about how I transformed $200 into $8,000 in the stock market. That was crazy. That was a crazy thing. But I'll keep it for the next time. But that was crazy. Hey, Miss Ellis, congratulations on the new single. We're gonna hear it. Warning: don't update your Macs to the new Big Sur Mac OS. I'm hearing Logic Pro 10 will lose your stuff. Well, I didn't hear nothing about that, but rule of thumb: you never update your work machine, your main machine, to the new operating system on day one. You have to wait like 6 weeks. Be simple. When there's a new version of macOS that comes out, and especially this one, it's a significant update. Not only because of the M1 chips, but also because that it's really an architecture and shift. So these updates are very significant, and they are preparing the future for Apple. And but every year, this is what I do. I go to a page called I'm gonna show you what's the page. Wait. It's called Sweetwater, and it's a page, but that's for me for music, right? I'll put the link here. Boom. And it's a page that tells you all the apps, all the plugins that you use, and it gives you an update of if they are already updated or not. And for now, none of my plugins are updated. So I have no reason. First, I use a lot of native instruments. So if battery is not working, I'm not using my thing. If auto tune is not working, I can't sing anymore. If fab filter plugs are not working, I cannot mix anymore. So as I always go on this page from sweetwater.com, and yeah, I make sure that all my plugs, and not only like UAD, like my system, my audio system, if it's not compatible, I cannot work. If I cannot work, it means I cannot make money. So I don't care if the system is looking nice or whatever. I'd never upgrade my main machine until the day. I update my iPad all the time to the betas and stuff because I usually only use my iPad to watch videos and make sure the live is going on or you know. But my phone I always wait like for the 0.01 or 0.02 release to make sure that the first bugs are squashed. But the system, the main system, nah. So yeah, never. Have you read my DM on IG? No, I was completely out of IG today. I was just on a Sunday mode. We were doing I don't want to, no, I'm not gonna show you on the camera, but we just did our Christmas tree, and yeah, I was just hanging out and spending my quarantine on my terrace and watching movies and sleeping. I've been like doing this for 10 days now. I didn't work for 10 days. I mean, other than doing the live and editing the videos, I didn't do anything like music related other than making sure my release come on time, the promo, etc. I didn't record anything. And this Sunday especially, I was just like, let me just enjoy, sleep, rest, you know. So no, I was asking a club Shada on confidence and self-love. Well, listen, I guess you in the right place. They have found a new type of COVID minus 19 mutated in Denmark. Impossible for the vaccine to cure it. Yeah, listen, it's simple. Because everybody is trying to accommodate the people who want their freedom, and they are trying to save their tourism. They let people travel. When people travel, the different forms of viruses, they mute from when they jump from people to people. They jump. So of course there's going to be different strands, and I guess having and it might be the reason why some people are having it 2 times now, and some people are having a different form of it, and their antibodies are not working well. And yeah, and but I guess the fact that we can have a vaccine you can now start working on whatever version of it that there is, and create different vaccines for the different forms. And as long as the cases are starting to go down, and you can vaccinate the people and find a way to make sure that the vaccinated ones can go out, and that, like, it's like I said, it's gonna take a good year to go back to the next phase, because yeah, these things mutate all the time, and some countries, like the northern ones, they don't want to quarantine, and everybody's just out there chilling. So yeah, if people travel, this is what happens. But yeah, we're not gonna have the conversation again about economy versus safety and liberty versus safety. I think everybody has their opinion, and I respect everybody's opinion. I believe that the government should have been a little more firm on their the way they treat people like babies, and they don't want to hurt them, and they don't want to hurt their feelings, and they listen. I be like, listen, stay at home. I don't care, and we'll send you money for whatever. Or we you don't have to pay the rent. Or I'll find solutions, but take clear decisions. And most governments, I don't blame them, because it's not like if it's something that people knew how to do. The only like people are shocked that the Asians are treated the situation well. Well, it's simple. They are used to having these type of viruses. It's not the first time that they have. This is the second one, the SARS-2 for them. So they know. Yeah, when it's time to wear a mask, nobody's here. People are used to wear masks. People are used to, staying home when they're told to, etc. And they have maybe more trust or more fear of their governments. And the democracies, it's the internet is full of conspiracy theories, of documentaries made by whoever that everybody talks to, and where it's full of half truth and half lies, but everybody's running with it. So nobody wants to trust their governments, and everybody's yelling about their freedom and my job and my this and my that. And yeah, what happens is that there's a virus out there, and what you're gonna do, and at the same time, I understand everybody. Like, I'm like everybody. I used to go have a drink all the time, chill, like just be outside, bike, and now you have to be in. And so this is what happens when we all end up doing what we want, I guess, or the people who we elect to be our leaders are scared to lead us. And I'm not gonna say that dictatorship is better, but in some countries where people are tracked, and it's like there's a reason why the Chinese are good at stopping it. It's not because like some people think they planned it or but they are. Listen, it's simple. Everybody is tracked in China. Everybody has a QR code. To leave your house, you need to scan your QR code. Leaving your compound or leaving your building, you have to scan your QR code. And if your QR code from your phone says that you were near somebody who had COVID, it's better you stay home, because police will knock at your door. And to enter your job is the same thing. A lot of these things. When I was in Congo, I told you I felt way more safe than when I'm in Europe. In Portugal, I feel safe because everybody respects the distanciations. People wear masks when they go in a shopping. People go, people are trying to, like, people adapt to the new world quickly. I remember starting in March, everybody had a mask on their face, and everybody was going to the supermarket with their mask, and outside, people wear no mask outside until they said, hey, you have to wear it outside too, because we don't know what's going on, so please. And everybody's just wearing their mask. There's no debate about the mask here. In the US, you have a bunch of people because they have a president who told them, So in the US, you have people who are thinking that wearing a mask or not is their constitutional right. And, well, okay, see you at the hospital. Because the virus doesn't care if you vote for this or that. And if it doesn't kill you, it might kill your wife, it might kill your dad, it might kill your grandpa. And that's what people like. But because we are in a world now where the facts are hard to, okay, The world of before, yeah, you had like, I remember when I grew up in France, we had like three channels, and yeah, whatever they would say on those channels was the truth. So the way they were saying that my country was a dictatorship, yeah, that was the truth because they decided to, right? So I understand the limit of having only one source of information. But we are now also seeing the limit of having unlimited source of information for unlimited people who cannot process information. People, yeah, they go online, and if they want to believe that everything has been some people, some Illuminatis in the dark have decided this to reduce the population and to whatever, to make us become slaves. And yeah, you can find this online, and if you believe it, and you will find people who will tell you, yeah, exactly, and they will give you a bunch of facts that are not facts, are just whatever. And yeah, so it's a strange world now where it makes it complicated in some of these places where the internet has really penetrated the world, and it created a world where a lot of people now are just septic of everything. And whatever your government do, and I'm not saying that they are great, but whatever they do, people are septic. People are like, nah, they're doing it because they want this. They're doing it because they want that. And now listen, it's a pandemic. It's not like something that never happened. It happened a lot of times, and it was even way more deadly before. Because science advanced, we kind of now know how to respond fast because we have the internet, because the information is going way faster than back in the days. So this is why, yeah, they find a vaccine faster, because the genome of the virus, the DNA of I don't remember how you call it, but the sequence of the virus, soon as China found it, they send it to all the researchers around the world. So it made the thing faster because everybody is sharing the information in the world of information. But 50 years ago or 70 years ago, when there was the last big pandemic, yeah, information was not going that fast. So everybody was working in their thing, and it took 3 years to eradicate. So this is why I say that it changes from one. Yeah, it changes from one from. But at the same time, when it happened last time, people were different. Oh, this one. Enter. Let me take care of this one. I don't know where I was. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, you know, it's everybody will believe what they want to believe, and it's a very interesting world today because in the world of today, everybody just yeah, everybody has an idea depending of if they are more on the right or more on the left, and everybody is bombarded with information, and not all the information is the truth. Not all the information is designed to help you. A lot of the information that we receive is yeah, it's designed to profit from your ignorance, and because a lot of the governments are also themselves not able to navigate in this world of information. Yeah, they to me it's incredible that a government or your career can be destroyed because of 10 people tweeting something. It's incredible that now Twitter is more important than a good investigation by journalists. If you got 100 people, and listen, there's hundreds of millions of people on Twitter, but you just need 100 idiots saying something stupid and it becomes the truth. And people will be there. And if you add to the mix the fact that it's been 9 months that everybody is losing self-esteem, losing the will of being well, and they don't have a job, and they're losing their livelihood, and they can't work, and etc., etc., and the mental health is going crazy, and everybody is bored at home, and all they do is receive all kinds of information directly on their phones, directly on their WhatsApp. So nobody's watching the news anymore, and some of these news networks, they understand that the more sensational they are, the more money they make, because people are here just watching the numbers going crazy, and da, 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 da. And then you put some tense music and some ads, and you make money the more bad news you give. And there you have the cocktail that we have today, where nobody believes in nothing anymore. Everybody believes that everything is a hoax. Everything is designed to make us slaves to the system. Everybody believes that, yeah. And well, I believe that it is important for everybody to start thinking a bit. If you believe something and you're watching a channel or somebody that you trust, or you are reading information that is confirming what you think, it is also important that you go read somebody who believes the opposite as you. Not the crazy people, just people who disagree. It's important that you read both, one opinion, two opinion, three opinion, four opinions, and then you form your opinion. I have my opinion on things, but my opinion is an opinion. My opinion is not a fact. My opinion is an opinion based on the fact that I get, the news that I read, the debates that I see. And when I see a debate, I'm not coming for somebody. I'm coming to see if there's something that I will learn. And some debates, I don't learn nothing, because people are just here for the ratings, and they're just here to yell at each other, not let people talk. And because I'm an intelligent person, I'm like, I'm wasting my time here, I'm out. And some people They are very interesting debates where they are giving opinions that are not necessarily contradictory, but sometimes they are, yeah, sometimes they disagree, but they disagree in a polite way. And most of the time, one opinion is completed by the other opinion, and then it becomes interesting to watch TV again, or to watch these shows on YouTube where you are listening to people who don't agree on everything, but who are trying to give information to the people nevertheless. And it's a very interesting how humans are only interested in the clashes, in the toxic behaviors, in the toxic conversations. That's where you find everybody commenting, liking, hating each other, insulting each other. And you're like, yo, what happened to conversation? What happened to, I think this, I think that? What happened to what we're doing right now? Just talking. And a lot of people refuse to even have a conversation other than what they already think, because what they think make them comfortable in the fact that they can complain. A lot of people are here in this world right now complaining about something. Oh, that's my job, or this or that. I cannot do this, or I cannot do that. I cannot go see my mistress. I cannot do that. I cannot do this. Listen, I haven't seen my son for a year. Yeah, we talk on WhatsApp. We talk on WhatsApp and until better days. Because I prefer him safe than harmed. And yeah, I miss him. He misses me. But what are we gonna do? We're gonna go and follow our feelings and just go and meet each other, and one of us will be sick, and then our life's gonna be destroyed just because we cannot control our feelings. I think safety first. That's my opinion. Some people will say family first. Some people will say my fun first. Some people will say fucking first. So I know some people, they don't care. I know some people, I know them directly. They know they have COVID, they have been tested, and they are at the shisha smoking, chilling. And you tell them, yo, bro, come on. And they're like, fuck it. I gotta see this girl. Yeah, maybe it's time for people to think about their selfishness as well, and ask themselves if they are not using all these this madness to express how selfish they are. Listen, like, some people are used to living with nothing. Some people are used to living in cages. Some people are used to go outside, try to make $5 to feed their family with rice. And we see those people from far away. We talk about them, we tweet about them, but we are not them. So we're like, hey, bad luck. Badly born, whatever. And so all these people are looking at us like, it's hard, huh? How does it feel to not make any money for 10 months and having to find a way? We've been fighting ways forever here, generations. And you look at you guys complaining on your big telephones that you bought 1,000, complaining on your Instagrams and your YouTube channels and your Twitters from your iPhones and your Samsungs and your Xperias. while we here mining for you to get the gold, our gold on your necks, and etc. Some people are looking at us like this. Like, huh? That's fucked up, huh? And they're like, look at them. Look at them crying because they have to stay home for a month. Look at them. I wish I could stay home for a month. I have to go to the mines for them to have batteries on their fucking phones. And they're all crying because they have to wear a mask. Some people are looking at us like this. Some people are looking at Trump trying to destroy democracy in his country after they have been forever telling us how they are the biggest democracy in the world, blah, 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 blah. You countries are dictators, and now look at them. They don't accept their own elections. Some Africans are like, wow. Some Southeast Asians are like, wow. And they're like, you know what? I think we're going to follow China. Because, yeah, they just signed a big deal now. All the Asian countries in China, they're doing their own market now. Because while we are here not helping each other, even as Europe, this whole concept of we are one big country like the US, yeah, we don't even want to speak the same language. Some of us don't even want to have the same money. And yeah, when Italy was feeling it before everybody, yeah, nobody helped them. And now everybody is like, not everybody wants to organize themselves. And yeah, and on the individual level, everybody is talking about me, my thing, my that, my party, my club, I had a friend call me, oh, I miss going to the shisha. I was like, who cares? Yeah, but I need it. And she started crying. I was like, yo, you crying for shisha? Why don't you just buy a shisha and smoke from your window? It's not the same thing. It's just like, so listen, my job used to be going to parties every week and seeing new people, seeing new faces, new girls, new guys, and making photos with people, seeing people tell me they love me and how much my music means to them, and etc., etc. And in a different city every week. That was my job. And yeah, it was great. And all of a sudden, I've been seeing the same 6 faces for 8 months. My wife, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, the kids, and Bodhisattva. I only see these people. The rest, I have them on the phone from time to time. And it's been almost a year. Yeah, well, listen, this is life. We adapt or we perish. Or we let it be better than us. And yeah, you can go out. Yeah, you can go out. You can take a plane and with your economies and go to a country where you can go out. But if you get sick, it's between you and you, and again, it's easy coming from somebody who's been making money during all this time. It's easy as a point of view, but that's just my point of view. It's not fact. It's not the way I do it is the right way and everybody else is stupid. It's just, this is the way I view the things. These are my opinions, and my opinions can change, of course. I didn't have the same opinions before having the COVID than after. A lot of things changed. A lot of things became cemented. Others, changed. And depending on the facts, the news, science, everything I see here and there, I tend to fluctuate, because this is what an opinion is. An opinion is something that can change with the time, with the whatever happens to you changes your reflection of on things. But I believe that in our democracies, a lot of people are thinking that a president is like their father. It's not your father. A president is giving, I would say, the direction, and sometimes, yeah, they give bad directions or good directions of where the people are going, where the economy is going, and then on your level, whatever happens in the macroeconomic level will affect you, but on your level, it's up to you to do what you have to do. It's up to you to, yeah, everybody wants to be at the same time individualist, and at the same time they want to be protected by the government and whatever. I believe that everybody has to move, of course, within the margin that is given to them, but everybody has to move, on their own ship, because the president is not gonna save you. Like, look, my whole industry, the artists, the DJs, the singers, the rappers, the club owners, the party goers, the barmaids, the barmen, the securities, the people who fix the people who are at the soundboard, who do the mixing at the concerts, the concert halls, all of us. Nobody gives a fuck about us. Nobody cares what we are going through. Our fans care, but the governments, they don't care. They're like, yo, now we're not gonna open the clubs because, yeah, this is where everybody's kissing each other out there and they're spreading the virus. So 9 months, no shows, no parties, no thing, no that, no restaurants. Like, listen, and am I gonna be there complaining about the government? No. What's gonna change? It's not gonna change nothing. It is not like this happens every year and they know what to do. This is something that, I mean, everybody's been warned for years, but everybody thought, it's not gonna happen. And then, yeah, it's like, in French, when we have la tarte la galette des rois and la fève. When you get the right share, and yeah, in your presidency, boom. And if you're not ready, if you're not solid, yeah, you end up not knowing what to do and giving a message that doesn't make your population trust you anymore, because you are not showing them that you are up to the par. And I think this is what's happening with a lot of governments. A lot of these people were not ready. They were not ready. They didn't know how to handle this. And a lot of these people who are new presidents or young presidents, yeah, they were not ready for this type of, because listen, everybody loves to complain about the people who we elect to be our leaders. But listen, being a leader is hard. It is hard. Listen, I've been the leader of my little generation of singers. But yo, even with 10 people, it's a nightmare. So imagine leading 10 million people, 20 million people, 60 million people. Everybody has different opinions and you have to choose. And yeah, that's when, like I said before, this situation that we are living now has shown who's a leader, who's not. Simple. I'm not going to say who is, who's not. It's not my place to decide, but it's showed who knows how to, handle their people and who the people trust. Some people, yeah, and every country had a different way to deal with the things, and it's up to you to know, depending on where you live, how you feel the situation is, and how you feel that you trust your government. And but that's on the macro level. On the micro level, listen, I'm not gonna say that you're on your own, but you have to take your own decisions. And I think being depressed and being mentally down is, I'm not gonna say it's a choice, but letting yourself go is a choice. Being out of breath and out of energy is, yeah, it's natural. Some people could some people were strong enough to, for a month, two, and I understand that this is long. It's taking a long time. It's hard. But I also believe that, at a point I was watching a lot of news from France, and after watching news from France every day, like in the beginning of the pandemic, watching like people tell you all the time the numbers of that, I start feeling bad. I start feeling down. I start feeling like, oh my God. And you know what? I decided to stop watching all that crap and starting to choose what I'm going to watch and the subject and when, because I was realizing that this was taking me down. Some conversations on YouTube, some comment sections are toxic. Some people love to make everything toxic. And I start, deciding I'm going to take a little bit of this, a little bit of that information. Of course, I need to be informed, but I'm going to try to be informed by people who don't have an agenda. I'm going to try to be informed by 2 or 3 people that I disagree with as well, and try to not be overwhelmed with the end of the world people, and try to stay positive, because my family needs me to be positive so I can lead them through this, and try to speak to your son every day from far away, and keep telling him that everything's going to be okay, and have activities with your daughter when she's at home for 4 months is something that we all had to learn as parents, and at the same time transform our businesses into something different. You saw me do it in real time, adapt myself and transform myself into what I was not. I was not somebody who talks for hours in front of a camera alone in my living room. I was somebody who was chilling at this time. Normally I'm in the club chilling, and I decided to do this. And I think this is the part where you decide. After that, hey, feelings are feelings. We all have our different ways of dealing with feelings. Some of us are more fragile than others. Some of us are more, but I really believe that it's important to hold yourself together, not only for you, but also for the people that you love. I don't even know how I started this, but let me see what you guys are saying. Where was I? The mutation about the vaccine is like a movie with a weird scenario. It's very early, and I think it's all about money. And I think I replied before. It's a little bit about money, of course, and at the same time, it's about trying to save people fast. So hey, listen. When it happens in Africa, they take their time. When it happens on their countries, everybody is in a hurry because and listen, it is what it is. And about money, listen. If you find the vaccine quick, you're gonna make more money than you ever made. So I'm trying to find the vaccine myself. As soon as I finish Club Shada, I go in my laboratory and I'm seeing with my guinea pigs. Tell him, chatbot. I do trust more in the Pfizer vaccine and the other one from AstraZeneca, but the Chinese government hacked AstraZeneca. Yeah, well, listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Us Europeans, we are friends with the Americans, and they spy on us all the time. So, pleasure's all mine. We're gonna listen to it before we start the main subject of today, but you know me, you guys take me somewhere and I got carried away. Thank you. In Sweden, we don't elect the Bilderberg organization choose whom will be the leader. I do not really believe in elections as Donald Trump demonstrated. Well, if you believe in what he says, I don't, but is there any possibility to reverse the DRC into a kingdom instead of presidency? We should go back there where we were before colonization, in NEIDK. Well, listen, I have a lot of ideas, but I think I would get assassinated quick. So I'm going to keep my ideas for me. But yeah, listen, after seeing Black Panther, we were all Wakanda forever and it's a kingdom. So yeah, you know, this is our roots. We were all kings and somehow they made us believe that the democracy a la française was the right one for us, and even them cannot handle it. So, and I believe that each people is different. There's a lot of cultural differences between people that make, this is the reason why the Americans have one way, the French have one way, the Greek has one way, the German have a chancellor, the UK have a prime minister, the French have a president, and us in Africa, we have to do like the French. We have to do like whatever colony we came from. And I don't know. Who will be the king? Listen, I can't wait for you to see the cover of my next album. I'm telling you. Well, listen, there's one of your guests, have nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but there's one of your guests who should stop putting the lights coming from down there. It's kind of scary. You should put the light in front of him, like this. Because every time I see him, I'm like, why does he put the light down there? Like, we know that he have muscles, but I mean, just saying. You will pass him the message. Mr. DBN Inc. What up, cousin? It's our own fault. If you want to see more people, just FaceTime me. Much love from Toronto. Shoot, FaceTime you. It's been a long time, cousin. What's happening right now is a sink or swim on all levels. I'm telling you. I strongly believe that the people who really believe that the governments know what they're doing are putting a finger in their eyes. Like, even them, they're like, what are we gonna do? They're scared as fuck. But hey, you know. Did I miss some comments? No, I didn't. Came to collect my paycheck. Most artists in Sweden got 80K, 300K as a support under the pandemic in order to survive. You see, every government did it in a different way. In Portugal, I had I received a credit card from the GDA, which is an organization that supports. They collect your rights as a performer, and they send me, because I'm a member, a credit card with 300 euros every month during the pandemic, just to pay for groceries, and it's more than it's welcome. But some other countries, and listen, I mean, Portugal, it's considered a poor country by France, but in France, nothing. Like, they will help like what they consider art, which is maybe the theaters a little bit, etc., etc. But like the nitty gritty, the people who go from show to show, and yeah, they just ended up with nothing, no solution. And even the clubs, like, some clubs, and it's the same thing here. A lot of clubs had to close because pandemic. But so here is the clubs pay a rent. Usually, I think all the clubs. I don't know if it's all the clubs, but all the clubs I go to, the ones that are on the border of the water, they all belong. The walls, they all belong to the city of Lisbon, and everybody has to pay a rent to the city of Lisbon. So they ask all the clubs to close, but you still have to pay the rent to the city. So it's the same thing as telling everybody to stay home, but they have to pay the rent to somebody. And I don't know if it's possible in terms of I don't know if it's possible to turn to in terms of economy, right? But look at the Americans doing it, printing dollars and giving a stimulus check to everybody. This helped a lot of people survive, right? In Europe, first of all, the 28 people must decide together, and the central bank could, just as the US did, because it's a different situation, the central bank could print 2 trillion euros as well, and send these 2 trillion euros between themselves, European countries, to send a check to everybody. You have 60 million people that are in your country. You got 10 million people, you got whatever. Okay, Europe will pay a check directly to each one of them. And like the Americans did it. They gave $2,000 every month to 400 million people. And if you would have done that during the quarantine, and everybody could pay their rent, just pay their rent and buy some food, there would be maybe less stress. And yeah, but what about this and and the debt and what? Listen, we in the middle of the pandemic. We'll talk economy later. And I mean, we did it in Congo a lot. That's how our money was worth nothing. I heard that is a new ATM. Shut up. I don't know what you're talking about. This man is becoming a politician. Who? Your brother? When? I thought he was becoming a sapper. Innovate or perish. That's all I believe in. Kaysha, let's get into politics to make things change from the inside in 2023. We can stand aside and Look when our house and family got plundered. Well, bro, I mean, listen, I'm already inside, so it's up to you to get into politics. Me, I've always been, as far as I was trying to go, I've always been inside in a way. So, and I believe that you don't, you don't have to be a politician to be an agent of change. Yes, of course you can, but then you will discover that it's not as easy as you think. And but you can also be an agent of change by giving knowledge, by being a businessman, by being a doctor, by being somebody who builds hospitals, by being somebody who repair women. There's a lot of things that you can do to create change. You can also be a positive voice in the middle of all these people who are always complaining about something, but when they get in power, they get corrupted because they are not used to it. We are seeing it now. Why? Because, as always, like I said before, people love to talk about corruption, but people always forget to talk about who is corrupting them. And the people who are corrupting them are the same people who are giving you the money to help you and to go plunder. It's the same people that once you are in the leadership, they sit down with you and they're like, yo, this can go two ways, the easy way or the hard way. We can arm your rebels, or we can start, doing things. And I believe that everybody, when they get to power, most people, when they get to power, they are trying to do the good things. But most of the time, once they get there, they realize that, especially, okay, so this goes for Congo, and for African countries. It's not for European countries have different problems. But when I think about our countries in Africa, like I said before, this way of doing politics, the French way, for all the ex-French colonies, it doesn't work with our ways as a people. So people don't even understand elections. Every time there's an election, people go kill themselves in the streets if their people don't win. I mean, this is the US right now is Africa, but on normal times, whenever somebody wins, there's always the other part who everybody's yelling because people don't really accept that. And I don't believe those systems are made for us. And I really believe that most of the people that you see on Twitter telling that we need democracy, they live and they were born and raised in Europe, like me. So they want to put democracy everywhere because they've been told that this is the right way. And I don't know what we need, but maybe we need something that is built from the ground up with us, that goes with our ways, that go with the fact that we are tribalists in a way, and we have huge countries with a lot of resources and that are plundered by the same people who destabilize us. And you have to really think about that. And if you really want to start doing something for that, you're going to have to change everything from zero. And when you want to change everything from zero, the people who are benefiting from whatever situation, they're not going to let you do it. Not only the people from outside are not going to let you do it, from in a cool way or in a violent way, but not only the people from inside who have been benefiting from the status quo, they will not let you do it as well. And the companies, all the big companies who have deals that are, that are not helping you and that are benefiting them, and that decide the price of this. Actually, you can buy this cover on Shada. those companies that are benefiting from whatever and that will also decide the price of this, they will not let you do it. Because if you change the price of this of just 100 euros, because of the mineral cost more, it will make the Tesla cost more, the iPhones and the Samsungs and the this and the that cost more, and it will have an effect on their economies. So if it has an effect on their economies, they will come and knock at your door and they're like, hello, President Mokolo? Yes, this is the United States of America. The fuck you doing? Well, you know what, it. The fuck you doing? I decided that. So we can do it two ways. You can change your ways and we can sign contracts and whatever, and we'll build you a road or a hospital. Or, you see what happened to the two presidents before? Is that how you want to go? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm not saying it's impossible to change things. I'm just saying it takes generations and it takes full reset. And I don't know if you can reset a whole country. I don't know if you can do it if in 5 years or 6 years in power, because you might do stuff and the person after you who comes with capital from outside might undo everything you did. So and you cannot do everything by yourself alone, like, unless you're a king. If you're a king for life and you become a king at 20 years old or 30 years old, and then you have like 60 years to turn everything around, and you create a big army and you make sure that your whole territory is secure, and then you build things and etc., and you take back the control of everything, yeah, you can change things. But get ready for CNN to call you a dictator for 60 years. So it's complicated. I think we as the people can reach everything we can. We are just determined to make a change. Me, I do love wars. We shouldn't be afraid of them. Well, listen, the thing is this. What you think is what you think. And a lot of people believe that because I think we the people are ready to whatever, yeah, go out and say, yes, go. And then you will realize that most people are like, fuck is wrong with this nigga? He wants to do what? Die? Nah. That's what you're going to meet. It takes a lot to be a leader, and it takes a lot to be able to make people believe in your cause. And a lot of people are so entrenched in the world of today that they will not fully follow you in this. And I believe that, yeah, the people can do everything, but you need to have enough people who think like you. And if there's something that I learned in the music business and in life in general, is that you can have vision, and because you have vision and you explain your vision to the people, everybody will say, yeah, let's go. And they will do 10 steps with you. And then it starts being cold and you're like, yeah, wear your jackets, let's go. And it gets colder and colder. And then you looking back and there's nobody. You go with 100 people and there will be 2 people left following you. This is what I learned from life and from people and from the business. it's not as easy of I have a vision, and because I know that my vision is right, that it means that everybody will accept that your vision is right. And it doesn't even mean that you are right. So some people, they want to start the revolution. Some people, they want to do la tabula rasa and change everything from zero and build everything. And then once they accede to power, they realize that it's way more complicated than that. It's full of difficulties. It's full of even your own people will be the one who will throw you the rocks. The same people who will, let me not do some publicity to these people. They have to pay. Yeah. The same people who will put you up there and say that you are the savior. All you need is some tweets. Nowadays, it's even worse than before. All you need is enough people to tweet that you are a bad person and you become a bad person. This is crazy. Like, you can do the most amazing things for your country. You can go feed people. You can go work with association, do shows for free, have every show that you do, pay stuff for, etc., right? And then, you need something happens today and you don't say nothing because, I don't know, you didn't know yet, or you were busy and you were about to post something in 2 days, and people just jump on you. You happy, Beyonce, to use us, and now, you're not saying nothing. What's wrong with that? And the girl's like, what? I've been, but now. And then the hashtag people come to you. So it's, listen, it's complicated because of all this. Stand in the truth, you will always stand alone. Listen, there is a reason why I call myself the lone samurai. That's how I discovered, in the music business, a lot of times I was right, but a lot of time I was right alone. And even the people who believed in what I was saying, they prefer going with the people who had the money, or the people who had the power now. And I was telling them, if you stay with me, in 10 years you will be relevant. But I can make you travel for free, and you will go to South America, or you go to the West Indies, and you will stay there for a month, and you will have a car, and you will have a jet ski, and you will be in a hotel, everything paid. The only thing is that you will not be paid for the 15 shows that you're gonna do. And me, I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea. I think, listen, we can go to the north of France, we can go to Lille, Roubaix, we can go to this, that, and we can book shows and stuff. And you will, it's not sexy, but at least at the end of the summer, you will have made 8,000 euros. And with these 8,000 euros, you can go to anywhere you go on a holiday in September. And for a reason that I don't understand. I understand it, but they always choose to go do the free shows. And today, all of them, they call me all the time. What are we gonna do? My career is dead. And I'm like, the number you have called is unreachable. Well, listen. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. to the nitty gritty, shall we? Before, I hope everybody's enjoying these interesting conversation about the world. And if you are enjoying the conversation, please everybody put some hearts in the chat or whatever emoji you want, some suns, some rainbows, or some, I don't know, some hey, or some. And in the meantime, I want to talk to you about a project that another one. I release a song every week, and I'm very, very, very happy that this is one of those projects that we recorded together here on the Club Shada. Actually, and I think on the next episode, I'm gonna do just a recording session because I've just spent 10 days without recording, and I believe that sometimes doing those lives and staying awake all night and just working on the live, I don't really have time to do other things after that, or I'm just lazy after that, or I just want to watch YouTube videos. So I see myself, probably next live I'm just going to do a studio session. It's been a long time that I didn't do a studio session, so I can just work on my projects, record new songs, and maybe make some beats and work. I need to start. I have a lot of advance. I have singles uploaded to the stores until the 18th of December, so I'm good in terms of single. But I didn't work on my album. I didn't work on my project with Malcolm Beats. I didn't work on a project I have with Bodhisattva, and I also want to start doing more things with more people. So I believe that this is something that I want to do. But this single is it has this special thing because for a long time I've been I still am I still am a person that believe in doing everything yourself, being able to do a DIY person, which is do it yourself, and but I really enjoy as well the fact that some of these singles that I do are share the creation with other people. It gives you a different perspective. It gives you a different sometimes you just the fact that that somebody else helps you write the lyrics. They might come with an idea that you don't have, and doing a single every week, it makes you less selfish because you do all these songs anyway, so you can do songs and work with other people. I go and I find people that are not known, like Shelly M or Sammy Sam Beats, who's been doing this thing in the urban keys areas, but he's not big yet. Both of them are super talented, but they're not big yet. So it's a pleasure for me to go find like so many artists that you can work with, and it's amazing to be able to go and find people and propose a project to them and give them an exposure that you can, because you have all these fans. I have 400,000 people who listen to my music every month, and those people, they love discovering new stuff. And at the same time, one of the amazing thing about the Club Shada is at the same time I can do writing sessions with you guys. So I want everybody to clap their hands in the chat for Elise Boys and Julie Badi, who helped me write this song, Evil Tarasho. I never know how to pronounce those words, but so Evil Tarasho was written. It was produced by Sammy Sam Beats. So fun story. I went to Bodhisattva's house, and Sammy Sam was there. we were actually shooting a video for his single because we did an exchange where I sing on his song, and in exchange he gives me a beat. So this is the beat, or one of the beats. And I arrived to one of Buddy's room. Buddy has 3 rooms in his house, and Sammy was there in the studio room, and he's like, "Oh, yo, I just did this beat." So I'm listening. I'm like, I hear the beat. I'm like, who is this for? And he's like, nobody. I'm like, Jordan is mine. And just like that, I had the beat. Probably the week after, I did a Club Shada episode, and I recorded the whole song. And Ellie's boys and Julie were here, and we wrote the song together. They gave me some ideas. I had an idea more or less of what I was doing, but every time I had a thing. So, and then of course, Shelly wrote the rest of her songs in Barcelona. Then she came to Lisbon to record on her own. And then I think she did an amazing job. She's really an artist that probably will be a superstar tomorrow. And this gave me a lot of ideas for the future. I really believe that in the future, I really want to do some songs where I don't even write nothing, and I just let the chat write the song with me, and I just take a little bit of the ideas of everybody, and then and after that, just like I did with Julie and Ellis, we share a little bit of the copyright. And for those who want to talk about the nitty gritty, about the not only about the technical and about the artistic, we also talk about the copyright, to let you know that Julie and Ellis also, and Shelly and Sami Sam and me, we already also sign our intellectual properties, and everybody, whatever, if this money generates 10 euros or 100 or whatever in copyright from SACEM, SPA, whatever, every time it plays, everybody will receive a little bit of money, because their rights, of course, they own the composition. So forever now, this song, as if you check on Spotify, for example, and you look at show me the credit, you will see that in the writers you have me, Julie, Sami Sam, Ellis, Shelly. All of us are here. This song was written by us, and so this is our composition. So if tomorrow Beyonce does a cover and it generates $10 million, all 5 of us will be rich. That's what's up. So listen, let's listen to it, and then if you like it, you can congratulate us.
Time of the night in the club, me and my boys, we here. I got flood in the world, but you rock the atmosphere. I'ma send my boy, to talk to your girl. Not enough of time, girl, you a dime. Wish we had a time, so I can make you mine, oh mine. Oh na 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 na. Girl, I was about to make you wet on the dance floor. Oh na 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 na. But you know I'm coming back for more. Hey girl, don't you feel? Let me grab your hips like this. I know show, 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 show.
Cada vez que estoy contigo, siento algo en mí. A veces somos enemigos, pero te quiero a ti. I just wanna be your baby. Lo quiero todo de ti. I just wanna be your lady. Dime solo que sí. Ven conmigo a bailar. Ven y pégate más. Soy solo para ti.
Hey girl, don't you feel? Let me grab your hips like this. I know what you feel. It's the air without a show, 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 show. Hey girl, don't you feel? Let me grab your hips like this. I know what you feel. It's the air without a show, show. Yo, I knew that you'd come back to the club and you beg for more. There's some situations like this one that you can't ignore. Hey girl, don't you feel? Let me grab your hips like this. I know what you feel. It's the air without a show, 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 show. Hey girl, don't you feel? Let me grab your hips like this. I know what you feel. It's the air without a show, 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 show.
Damn. Well done, girls. Well done. This, you know, this girl has a voice. Yo, like when it's when I received the vocals. I knew my part, like we recorded here live, etc. So I knew my part and stuff. But when she sent me her parts, I was like blown away by you can hear that she's more a traditional Spanish singer. She sings more like ballads and flamenco and these, you see what I mean? And the mix of the Spanish influences plus my R&B influences, hip hop, and her thing, damn, it killed it. It killed it. I love it. Congratulations, Ellis. Congratulations, Julie. Thank you for helping me write this song. There will be many more. Yeah, this song makes you want to dance. Listen, somebody sent me, I don't know if I can, a friend of mine sent me from Miami. She sent me a video of her dancing on the song. I didn't ask her for permission to play. It's nothing special, but because she didn't post it online, so I'm not gonna just play it. But I'm starting to receive videos of people dancing on the song. This is when I know that the song has something. So yeah, in my opinion, you should sing in the whole song alone. Everything you touch transform into gold. Thanks, but I have so many songs that I sing alone. I love to share as well. I have a whole album with 50 songs coming, and so yeah, I have so many songs coming out. I love to, there's something that is interesting with the collaboration with other people, because it takes the song in other places, and it's important as well. And back in the days, I would not even, and we're gonna talk about this now. We're gonna talk about the main subject because it's been 2 hours already. Fuck. Back in the days, I didn't even have the confidence to sing with somebody who sang that well. You see what I mean? And today, yeah, I'm like, yo, let's go. Thank you so much. Yeah, the beat is this beat is surreal, bro. This beat is the beat is crazy, and I really love the way I mixed it as well. I did a little bit of arrangements in the instrumental to accommodate the singing and stuff, and but and I talk a lot on the phone with Sammy Sam, because I really wanted I knew exactly what I wanted from him, and he delivered exactly what I wanted, like because I really wanted it to sound like urban keys, but at the same time I really wanted a song that the Kizomba people would enjoy the same way. So yeah, and yeah, listen, I can't wait to do many more, you know. Yeah, it's my honor to work with you as well. Yeah, everybody, put some claps in the chat to congratulate our girls who did an amazing job. That was great. So, this show is brought to you by shadaware.com. Before I go to the main subject, I want to talk to you about my brand new. I just did a collection of T-shirts. You know, you're welcome. I'm ready for the next one. I might have to come out of writing retirement just for you. Wee. So I just have some new T-shirts on the Shadaware store, and I got some new face masks that I just released. I got some new bomber jacket. This one is dope. It's a camouflage, and then I have these. I got some T-shirts for the people who drink. Más tequila, por favor. I got I love this one. I just ordered it. I can't wait to receive them. Those are like Japanese Ronin, a geisha. I think I have something more. I did a new version of my bestseller. Where is it? I love this one. United States of Africa. That's what I believe. Pan-Africanism. Comes in 4 different colors. So, hey, pass by the store and check out the new collection. There's some nice stuff in there. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with my new thing. And for those who follow Bodhisattva, he also opened his own store finally, and he has some great stuff. So hey, if you want to support, make sure you go and check it out. I have to start replying to all the comments from the people. Okay, the first 2 people to comment, Elise and Julie, of course, that's your song. Banger alert. This is a possession. I love it when you do a new song and people are loving it. You can see it from the comments on the weekend. You know the direction the song is taking. Straight in the weekend. Tatiana, another one from Mr. Banger. Amazing work. Thank you so much. Something I do all the time is replying to the comments. Very loud. Sit up. Future sound beats. Back in the days when you have to say thank you to every comment, you kind of run out of words to of ways to say thank you, because you cannot say to everybody thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So you're trying to find ways and things to say. It's kind of hard, but you realize that, yeah, at a point you run out of things to say to people. You run out of ways, of synonyms to say thank you, muito obrigado, merci, thanks for listening, and then because you are trying to not say the same thing to everybody, but you end up realizing that, yeah, that's what you should do. As long as the intention is there, this is what counts the most. So, well, listen, the song is called Evil Tarasha, and you can listen to it, of course, in all the platforms. I'm going to leave the link for those who didn't put it in their playlists and in their for those who didn't put it yet in their playlist, or save it in their Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon Play, Tidal, whatever. It's in all the platforms, from Japan to America to Europe, and most of the platforms that are also in Africa. So, hey, I might. For now, I'm leaving this to my wife's store. She has but she's more doing leggings and stuff. But I do leggings for women. But I'm gonna do a new collection of leggings. But dresses, not really. I'm more in a casual stuff. So, listen, I've been here for 2 hours. So let's spend the third part of this live, talking about my lips are dry today. Let's talk about self-confidence. For I used to be super shy. I used to be super shy, and I used to believe that I used to be scared of doing the things that I thought I needed to do. Everything I've been doing today are things that I envisioned 10, 20, 30 years ago. I always knew, I wouldn't say I knew what I wanted to do, but I knew the direction I wanted to take very early in life. But we all come from different walks of life, and we all come from different, different type of population with different types of mentalities and different ways of life. And when I was in Africa growing up, I didn't think about all that. I didn't even listen, when I was 6 months, I was in China with my parents. I was in Paris when I walked the first time. I was in Brussels. My parents were traveling like crazy. My mom was an ex-model turned businesswoman. My dad, a successful politician and a businessman as well. They were already successful by the time I was born. So, in a way, I've always grew up first in the fame of my parents, but also all around the world. And when I decided that singing was my thing, and producing, singing, music, art was the thing I wanted to do, the first thing that stopped me was the fact that my dad didn't agree. African politician, African person. It's like, I didn't get out of the dirt of Mbandaka and walking barefoot and living poor to becoming rich for you to become poor again. That was his I understand. And I respect my parents so much that if I didn't have the green light from my parents to do music, I might not have had a career. I might have just, be in economics or politics or, because I studied at Paris Sorbonne. I studied politics, literature, and economy. And I probably would have done that and maybe, follow the footsteps of my father, even if the shoes are very big to fill. I might have just have done that, you see? And I got the green light. So, but once I got the green light, I end up being surrounded by people who told me everywhere, on every step that I went, that I didn't deserve to rap. My dream was to rap. And they were like, yeah, but every time I would invite people to my house, and people would see that, first of all, I live in Les Beaux Quartiers, like we say in Paris, that I live in the 16th district, where all the rich people go, and that my dad was an ambassador of Congo, and etc. And we had a 400 meter square apartment, and when you are what up, Matt? When you are a kid, you don't really care. I mean, I grew up with Joël. I grew up with Dimitri. I grew up with Yale and Olivier and all of us. We were more or less parts of the good side of Africa, I would say. But we are kids. We don't know. It takes you another 20 years before you understand the implications of who you are and what is your name. And if you're a kid and you have a huge apartment, you have no idea what is the size of the apartments of other people. You don't know. You don't even think about that. And especially if you go to a private school with other rich kids. When you go to your friends' houses, there are the parents are actors or big captains of industries, or you live among the rich people. So you don't really realize that some people live in the ghetto, or some people live in very far from the city center, or some people live in very small places, right? Until you arrive to 17, 18, and you start going to parties, you start doing freestyles, you start going to the places where you listen to hip hop, and you wanna be in the places where they listen to the music that you love, and you start mixing with, and you go out from your world that is your cocoon, where nobody can harm you. You have a driver, so you don't take the subway. You until you are like 15, 17, 16. You never took the subway, so you don't live the same life as some other people. And so you only, yeah, I was in the 16th. My school was in the 16th as well at Trocadero. It was a Catholic school where we learned, yeah, Catholic stuff. It was not a mixed school. The after I think after the partir de la sixième. So I don't know how you say in different, but yeah, exactly, the privilege bubble. And the the in my school, like after a certain age, I think after 12, the girls were going, the school become just a school for girls, and all the boys have to go to a different private school. So then we went to this American French school called École Active Bilingue. It was not far from Champs-Élysées. And all this was just a bubble where, I mean, usually it was like two black kids in school. We were the superstars because we were different, I guess. All the girls love me, but this is the story of my life. And it's only when I started, me and my sister, we started really diving into hip hop after passing the baccalaureate. And I got my baccalaureate very early. Usually you have it around 18, 19, whatever. At 17, early 17, I was like done with school, getting ready for university. And I start really like taking music seriously with my sister. And now we start going to Trocadero in the beginning and meeting the dancers, and we want to dance, and we start going to parties, and we start meeting rap people. We start going to the rap contest. We start trying to, to be part of these. Wow, oh my God. And we at home when we go to Brussels in the weekends, because we had a house in Paris and another house in Waterloo in Belgium. And when we would go to Waterloo, we would watch Yo MTV Raps. And every time my dad had to go to the United Nations, or he had to go with Mobutu to meet whatever president was on post at that moment for, we would say, yo, bring us this, bring us that. And he would be like, and for him, like for us here in Paris, those jackets would cost like a lot of money in francs, but in the US, they cost nothing. So my dad would buy us like 20 of them each. So we would have like all the colors of the starters and the shoes, and we would always be trendy in terms of fashion. And yeah, I would walk in the street with a different jacket all the time, where most people could only afford one, but I had no idea. I didn't know nothing about that. And it's only when I started bringing friends home and I started telling people, yeah, hey, let's chill in my house. Every time the other, not kids because we were teenagers, but every time the people that I met would come to my house, they would look at me differently. And some of them would not care. Some others would feel, I remember one day, I became friends with Linsha in 96, I think. And we would only meet each other outside, not far from her work, because she used to work not far from my house. And we would always meet, have a drink and talk a little bit for an hour or two. And then I would go back home and she would go back home. And one day I was like, hey, let's just go home and chill. I have my sisters are there and we can just, watch TV, chill. And I remember the first time that she came to my house, we have a good night. When she came for the first time in my house, I remember that she was like, why is the door so big? I was like, I never seen another door, frankly, and I've only lived, every time I was living at my parents' house, it's always been huge houses. So to me, a huge house is not something that is abnormal. I started living in small houses when I started living in my own house and paying my own rent. But My parents only had like, I was born in a huge house. Paris house was big. Congo house is huge. And Brussels house was huge as well. So, and that's interesting. To me, yeah, that was the size of a house, I guess, because I didn't know better. And my friends at school, they also were like sons of kings in kings of emirs in Dubai or in Emirates, or sons of big shots of big names in France and stuff like that. So, or other kids like me from Congo, but they were more in Brussels. Yeah. And yeah, when I would go to my cousins' houses or the people who work with my dad, everybody would have big houses. So yeah, that's all I knew. But when the rapper people start coming to my house, a lot of them had more or less the same reaction as Linsha. Linsha felt offended when she came to my house the first time. And she told me, like, I remember that she was like sad, and I was like, yeah, what's going on? And she was like, oh, I feel offended. Like, yeah, you're not like me. I was like, what you mean I'm not like you? Wow, you have a big house, and look at this. You have like three living rooms and 10 TVs, and your kitchen is the size of my apartment. And I was like, yeah, but why you feel offended? I mean, I don't know. But who are your parents? Why he has like medals, and he's decorated by France, by Belgium, by Congo? What's going on here? And me, I was like, I don't understand why you're offended. Oh, I thought you were like me. I thought you were a normal guy. I'm a normal guy. And then every time I would have rap people come to my house to make beats and stuff, like the way to go from the entrance of the apartment until 400 meters square, to go from the entrance until my bedroom to work, for them it was like, yo, what is this? It's a museum? And I was like, no, it's just my house. And a lot of people start changing, and a lot of people start talking. A lot of people start telling, oh, these guys, him and his sister, they rap, but they're not poor. They are, okay. They're not like us. Their father is a president of some country or whatever, And all of a sudden, a lot of people became my enemy without me doing nothing to them. And this started tampering with my self-confidence. And you're young, you don't really know like your place in the world yet. You're still discovering who you want to be, and you don't want to be a leader. You just want to sing, like it's your passion. And now you have people telling you that because you are not poor, or your parents, because we poor, but because your parents are not poor, you what are you doing here? Why are you in the ghetto with us? Why are you in our parties? Who do you think you are? And us, we just want to sing, like, nah, not you guys. Like, and I had like a few people trying to, so Julie, you sleeping or not? So then you have people, they want to beat you up, even just because they heard about you or for whatever reason. And you don't know because you didn't do nothing to nobody. You are just trying to sing. And some people were not having it. So we start building our own, we start protecting ourselves, of course. And we start deciding like who we would walk with. And a lot of times we would go to places and we didn't realize that we were putting ourselves in danger. Not only because of who our dad was at the time. And yeah, you could be abducted, actually. We never thought about that wherever we were going. But at the same time, sometimes it was dangerous for us because some people were just pissed at you. Then the fact that every time I would do shows, the girls would come in front for me and they would be like, I always attracted women. A lot of people were pissed for that too. Then I start going to Universal all the time because I knew the people who were working there. And every time I would show my music and show my demos, people would tell me, yeah, you rap well, it's nice, but it's in English. It's in English, so we cannot sign you. And I was like, why? Oh, because you're not American. And I was not understanding why in France there's so much hate for people who rap in English, people who have money, or people who have parents that have money, like if they chose. And I always had conversation with other rappers where they were like, yo, fuck all the people who have money, fuck the rich, fuck the da-da-da-da. And me, I was like, yeah, but you are rapping. Yeah, what? So you rapping, now you're trying to have a career? Yeah, I want to sign to Sony or sign to BMJ or sign to Universal or to Warner or maybe Pias. And then once I sign there, I'm going to do my album, then I'm going to be a millionaire and I'm going to sell a ton of records. Some of them became millionaires, right? And some of them now are superstars of rap in French. And sometimes I sit with them and I'm like, so you rich now? And they're like, yo, man, I make a ton of money. Yeah, hey, we're here, we did it, bro. I'm like, okay, you remember the conversations we had about fuck the rich, and where you were like explaining to me in a good way or a bad way that I didn't deserve to make music because my parents have money. So do you believe that your parents don't deserve as well? Your kids, sorry. Do you believe that your kids don't deserve to make music if they want, or whatever job they want? Or do you think they deserve to be hated because their dad is rich? And they all have the same answer. It's not the same thing, me, I came from nothing, and you guys, you come and you rap, but you are already. I said, wait a minute. My dad came from nothing as well. My dad was walking barefoot in his Bandaka Natal in Congo, and he just made his way up through writings, politics, and then with him and the help of his wife, they built their own empire. And when he had kids, what he swore to himself was, first of all, I want to help everybody in my family as much as I can. And first of all, my kids will not go through what I had to go through. Because, I had to sacrifice a lot to be able to read books, or my family had to sacrifice a lot for me to read books, and now I have to, help my whole family, and I don't want my kids to go through what I went through. So, I'm sending my kids back in the days we didn't have, we went to school in Congo until I think I was 8 years old, and at a point when my father was sent to Europe, we were there in Europe studying, and then when he went back to become even higher in the government, we stayed there because we were in the middle of the thing, and they'd say, hey, listen, just stay there and study until you finish your studies. So what's the difference between my dad coming from nothing, and not the nothing of Paris, not the nothing of Europe where you have social security, this, that, and it's hard because there's discrimination, there's sets of problems, but it's not the same nothing as where he came from, where he comes from nothing in Africa. And it's the real nothing, not your fake nothing from France. And so what's the difference between my dad becoming something and you becoming something? When you met me, I was in the same situation as your kids. And everybody's, oh, it's not the same thing. You know how people love to say, whatever. But the reason why I'm telling you these stories is not, I have a reason. When I start doing Zouk music, I didn't do Zouk music because I was trying to create a revolution in Zouk. I didn't start doing Kizomba because I was trying to make a revolution in Kizomba. I didn't do Coupé de Calais because I was trying to do a revolution of Coupé de Calais. I'm here, I'm a scientist, I'm a beat maker. I try stuff, I release stuff, and if people like stuff, they like stuff. If people don't like stuff, they don't like stuff. And turns out that when I release some of my most iconic songs, instead of just becoming successes, they became shift in the genres. And I revolutionized the Zouk. I revolutionized with the help of my peers. I revolutionized Kizomba as well with my album African Bohemian. And then with my album It's a Love, I also had Kaysha Ndikwa that also was part of the Ivory Coast Coupé de Calais Zouglou Revolution. That song was in there as well. And it became, I have some songs that are iconic in all three genres. And those songs inspired a lot of musicians, and a lot of babies were made on those songs. And instead of receiving praise from the fans, I always receive praise. But from the industry, it's interesting, but a lot of the people from the West Indies, once they realized that I was African, they start hating on me. They start being like, yo, who's this African guy who comes from out there, and he comes and he changes our sound and he destroys our culture? Who's this guy who says that we have to do Zouk festival like the Kizomba people? Who's this guy who comes and become number one of the Zouk as he's not from Martinique or Guadeloupe? Who's this guy who's number one of Kizomba but he's not from Cape Verde, he's not from Angola? Who's this guy who's number one of Coupé de Calais and he's not from Ivory Coast? What the fuck? And all this tempered with myself, not with my self-esteem, but it tempered with my self-confidence. A lot of times I remember, and I was not realizing at the time, because at the time I'm doing my thing. You don't like it, I don't care. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. There's a lot of music in the world. Go listen to what you like. This light is, yeah. Go listen to what you like and leave me alone. I'm just doing my thing. I'm not bothering nobody. I just want to do my music. And everywhere I go, that's always what I say. I'm just doing my thing and I'm not trying to bother nobody. But the problem is, when I do my thing, I start revolutions. And I start revolutions in a lot of things. Sometimes I arrive in label. When I arrived to Section Zouk, I was the first guy to do albums the American way, with beautiful covers, with albums with genres. And until today, all these artists are using the blueprint that I set at Section Zouk. But every time I do this, you got some people, they're angry. Because when you have too much power, or when you are a magnetic person, or you are somebody that creates lights everywhere you go, the people who lives in the shadows, they hate. They're not happy. And you don't realize it, but at a point, it kind of takes a toll on you to receive all these critics from, and a lot of times, like, I don't mind critics. I don't mind somebody telling me, I don't like this song, or I like this song, or I'm more into these type of songs. I don't mind that. I really don't have a problem with that. I believe that, yeah, you put your art out there, people will have opinions. It's normal. My problem is that a lot of people, they believe that being insulting to somebody's blood, sweat, and tear is normal. And I've always been against that. I don't mind critics, but I'm not interested in free hate or people that believe that because they don't like your song or they don't like what you do, they are supposed to hate you as well. It makes no sense to me. But the world is full of idiots. So I kind of realized at a point that this was tampering with my self-esteem, and that a lot of times I would go to shows in the West Indies. I would arrive in Martinique and I would be backstage and I would just put my headphones and I would not talk to nobody. And some people thought that I was arrogant, but actually I was just scared to talk with other people. I was scared to be judged by the people because even though the public always made me feel at home, the other artists, or what I heard about what they say or the way they looked at me, always made me feel that, yeah, what is he doing here? You see what I mean? I remember going to Cape Verde to play in front of 100,000 people or 60,000 people, and everybody's live, but I'm the only one with just a CD playback, and they put me in the middle of the show. And I was like, why are you doing this? And now I see all the band, all the people watching me like, yeah, look at this. What is he doing here? He's not even Cape Verdean. Why is he in our festival? After I'm done with my show and that the whole public is yelling and jumping, now everybody's smiling at me. But it's very interesting because my whole life I've been an outsider. And I come in others. I don't believe there are other people's genre because I'm a Pan-Africanist, and to me, all genres belong to all Africans. And it's funny when somebody is complaining to you that you are doing Zouk or Kizomba and being Congolese, and then the same people are doing dancehall and they're not Jamaican. So people have their judgment is funny, but you kind of realize that you are on a defensive on a lot of things. And I start being scared of doing a lot of things in my life that I wanted to do, a lot of things that my vision was telling me to do. I start being scared of building bridges, of tearing up walls, trying stuff. I start being scared of doing covers that I wanted to do. I start being scared of signing people that I was interested in signing. I start being scared of singing some stuff, or just because I was scared of what the people would say. And one day I woke up and it just came to me. I was like, wait a minute, who pays your rent? The fans. Are the fans happy? Well, from all the comments I see on YouTube, on MySpace, on Instagram, yes, they are. Okay, so who are you scared of? Well, the other singers, the industry, the people that I hear that they say stuff. And then I ask myself, but do they pay your rent? I was like, no. So why do their opinion count? I don't know. So fuck him. Yes, fuck him. And then I got liberated. And I realized that a lot of time we place our self-esteem and we place our self-confidence, self-worth in the hands or in the eyes of the wrong people, of people who are actually your competition, or people who feel bad when you win. Me, I'm a person, when I see somebody win, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them, and I'm super interested in learning about them and how they went there, so I can see how I can learn something from their journey and see if I can apply some of these lessons to my journey. And if there's nothing here to learn for me, at least I can say congratulations and share some positive energy. And I really realized that there are a lot of people in this world, when somebody is winning, they feel like they are losing. And since I was a kid, and in all these steps of my life, back then, starting rap and having people angry about things that I didn't have any control of, I didn't choose how I was born, having all this, or having like all the girls like me, from all the nice girls were always with me, and I was not even doing stuff with them, but people were hating just because of that. I like this girl. This girl is always with this guy. Fuck this guy. I want to stab him. Stab him. Not sorry, punch him. Stab him. And I realized that what saved me, I had some people that were gangsters, but they were on my side, and one of the guys who made me sign to Sony, actually, he was a guy from the street who made his way up to Sony, but he still had his ears to the street, and he was still a very respected guy. And we had a long conversation, like 2 months ago. Long conversation about the last 25 years of friendship, and he started telling me a lot of stories about a lot of times I was in the club, and some people were here ready to beat me up, or to stab me, or to abduct me and take me to their cave and beat me up, something. And that he would receive phone calls. Yo, you guys here. And yo, some guys are here and they wanna hurt him. And he would say, hey, if something happens to him, if something happens to me, so you know what happens. Oh shit, okay. And yeah, without me ever knowing, those guys would receive a phone call from my guy who would say, the guy that you want to hurt, you better not touch him because he's with us. Fuck this guy, he's talking to the girl that I like, I want to beat him up. If you touch him, we'll pay you a visit tomorrow. And people would back down and be like, fuck. And the very interesting thing is that all these people, soon as they became older and they start having kids, and they start having kids who were my fans, or they start having kids that they start making money themselves, and they start being better, and like we met somewhere, and I don't know, I see them in front of a club, and I'm like, hey, what up? Hey, long time, how you doing? Oh yeah, I'm here with this rap group, but fuck, these guys don't want to let us in. And I'm like, yeah, for real. And I take my phone, I call the boss, because it was an African club where I was big, and the boss comes out and says, oh my God, Kaysha's in the club, yo. And the security are people from Congo, so they're like, yo, Kaysha, yo, listen, hey, I'm like, oh yeah, what up, Bunny, no, those, and I start telling people, yo, and the boss is like, yeah, who you with? I'm like, with all the rappers, they are from whatever group, and then the security go to the guys and say, oh, we're so sorry, we didn't know you were with Kaysha, and boom, they get in the clubs, and we are now in a table with bottles, and then after that we go take breakfast together, we talk about the good old times. And now they tell me, yo, back in the days, I really want to stab you, I wanted to beat you up, I used to hate you. And I was like, yeah, but what did I do? You were always here with your glasses thinking you all that. I was like, I knew we were always here. Well, everybody was dancing, you were on the wall. And I was like, yeah, because I was shy. Nah, we used to hate you, but you're a cool guy. What the fuck? I almost got stabbed 100 times, and now you're telling me that I'm a cool guy? And it is really something that liberating ourselves from the limitations set by others. Yes, Joel. Thank you, Kayal. You know, well said, Emmanuel. If there's something that I learned about self-esteem, is that, like Joel said, the first thing you need to do is to liberate yourself from the views of other people. To have your own self-esteem. You know, I used to, because of the way I grew up and the way the people I start meeting when I was younger, I start to be ashamed of who I was. I'm the son of a great man, a man that is loved all over my country. But between, I don't know, 18 and 25, I was kind of ashamed of who my father was. And he did great things for his country. But because I was in France, the land of the haters, with people always telling me, yeah, you guys, da, 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 da. And you start like being ashamed of your legacy or your legacy of your parents. And it took me a lot of times, a lot of years to start being proud of who I was and proud of what was my name and proud to be, yeah, I'm his son. And because you are the son of a man that is larger than life, you are trying to find yourself also in this space. You are trying to do your name. And the more I was, making my name as a singer, I realized that the only thing that I needed was to know that my father and my mother were proud of me. And in terms of self-esteem, the first lesson that I learned is that you have to be able to define success. A lot of people believe that success is what is said on TV. Success is having 10 houses. Success is having a boat. Success is driving the best cars. Success is having so much money that you don't even like humanity anymore. Or success is having 10 girls or a harem or whatever. And you have to ask yourself, is success what people think of me? Is success what other people defined? Or is success what I view as success? People think that my success is what they see. I make good money. I have a beautiful family. I have beautiful kids. And people believe that, Kaysha is successful. He's having so many hit songs. He's here. He's traveling around the world. Everything he touched turns to gold. He started his club, Shada. It's already a success. Blah, 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 blah. All this to me is not success. Success to me is seeing pride in my father's eyes, seeing pride in my mother's eyes, seeing a smile on a fan. If I'm singing for 10,000 people and I have one person that is smiling, crying, is telling me that they were having a bad day, and after seeing me, they're having a good day, or after coming to the club Shada, listening to me for 10 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours, they leave with information, they leave with motivation, they leave happy. They give me €5 in the super chat. This is success to me. Does it mean that it should be success for you? No. Everybody has to define their own success to be liberated from the chains of the definition of success that is set by other people who don't come from your path of life, who don't come from your culture, who don't understand what is success in your culture, who don't understand what you go through, who don't understand who are your parents, who don't understand what you've been through. Maybe for you, success is having a different girl every week. Who am I to come and say that this is not success? Maybe this was your dream. Maybe success for you is having kids, a family, and a roof over their head. And maybe for you, this is more than enough, and you don't need to be famous, you don't need to shine, you don't need etc., etc. As long as you know what is success for you. It took me a long time to assume that I'm one of the people who changed the sound of Zouk. I'm one of the people who changed the sound of Kizomba. I'm one of the people who changed the sound of African music. There wouldn't be a lot of these guys today if it was not for me. And if you ask them, they will say, of course, Kaysha on dit quoi is the song I grew up to. So of course I've been inspired by this song. Or One Love, or Question My Heart, or Something Going On, or Bien Plus Fort Que Mes Mots, or Love de Toi, or Si Tu Veux de Moi, or Fiona, or etc., etc., etc. It took me a lot of years after doing these albums, sometimes 10 years, to be able to say to myself, wow, I changed the game. Not just because I was humble. Humility is part of it, but it was also because I was scared to accept it myself. I was scared because I received so much hate for what my contribution to art, to the Afro-Caribbean art. And even the people from home in Congo. You think you are from the West Indies? You Pampouin Antillais. Who you think you are? I'm like, yo, nobody's happy here. Let me just do my music. And you know, at a point, years ago, my mom came to me and, I remember like my dad was kind of disappointed in the beginning that I chose to do music because, I understand his point of view. Like all these sacrifices and he wants to sing. What the fuck? What did I do to And so, it stayed with me like, but passion and then, I don't know when I was, 30 or 32, I don't remember. I was talking to my mom on the phone and one day she tells me, every time your dad goes to meet a president, my dad meets presidents all the time. And she was like, hey, your dad was with Omar Bongo, he gave him your CD. He was with Abdou Diouf, he gave him your CD. He was with X, he gave him your CD. He was with whatever, he gave him your CD. Like, your dad has like hundreds of your CDs. I was like, what? Yeah. Your dad, when he goes to Paris, he buys a whole box of your CDs and he gives it to all the politicians he meets. And he's like, yeah, I'm Kaysha's dad. Do you know what it is when your dad has created some laws, your dad has created some of the good things, the small good things in your country, and he's like, we're talking about people who have ruled countries. So like, what are you? You're a musician? You're nothing compared to what he does. But you know what it is when you are the kid of that person and you're kind of nothing compared to what they are. At your age, they already had like 5 houses and millions. And you don't even own a house or whatever. You see what I mean? And when my mom told me, oh, your dad is so proud of you. Your dad is proud to say that he's your dad. And sometimes it's funny, people don't believe that he's your dad for real. That's why he calls you sometime and pass you people to prove that he's your dad, or he has photos of you now. I'm like, and this was like the first day I kind of had tears of joy of being who I was and choosing my own path. And I felt that I was successful. Because, to me, making money, when you grew up in money, you don't have the same relationship with money. It's just you go from your parents' money to your money. And if your parents had way more money than you and still have way more money than you, actually, you're making your own money. You're proud that you have your own money, and you don't call every month to say, hey, can you send me some money? I'm proud of the fact that I never asked money to my parents ever. But you don't see success as that. So is it gonna be fame? No, because your parents are famous. They known all over your country. Like your dad has photos with all the presidents of the world. Since he was like 20 years old, he's been and your parents are royalty. So you famous? Yeah, listen, like, do you talk to Obama? Do you talk to Sarkozy? Do you talk to these people? No. So you famous to what? In the West Indies and in small clubs yeah. But when that person who is your hero is proud of you, you are liberated. You are validated. And this is why ever since I had that validation, I started not really caring about the opinions of a lot of people. I value the opinions of the people who listen to my music, the people who enjoy my music, the people who support my music. But I don't value the opinions of people who come with baseless opinions. C'est de la merde. Block. I don't even engage in conversation with the idiots. And I learned to appreciate my own value and my own contribution to art. I learned to appreciate my own contribution in everything I do and my own voice. And I think a lot of people struggle with self-esteem because they look for validation from the wrong people. And sometimes it might be your own parents that you are seeking validation, and maybe those are not the ones you need. Maybe you need the validation from somebody else. Maybe you need validation from outside. I tell my story because I'm proud of my story today. 15 years ago, I was always scared because I would go to interviews and people would always come to me with, yeah, but you are the son of whatever, or you do this, or yeah, but you are from Congo, why are you doing Zouk, or you are from are you from, I was like, why do people care about that? Like, nobody asked the rappers where they're from. Why do you need to know where I am to do Zouk, or to do Kizomba, or Coupé Décalé, or whatever? Why do you care? You care because you need to find an angle because yeah, I'm winning, you're losing. And instead of focusing on me winning, you should focus on how did I do, learn, work, and succeed yourself and find your own success. But most people, they see success in the eyes of other people, and they see success through the success of other people. I don't. I have friends that have more money than me, and they are singers as well. They make more money because they did they took other choices or they work with other people. But when we sit down, they are happy to see me and I'm happy to see them. They're happy for me because I found my success from what I believe is success for me. And they found their success from what they believe is their success. They want to drive a Porsche. Yo, great. I have 2 or 3 friends. They in the music. They drive Porsches, and yeah, I'm happy for them because they can and they love a Porsche. Me personally, for a long time, I wanted to have a Mercedes because I wanted to impress my father. But I don't have a car because there's Ubers everywhere, and that's me. But back in the days, I would see success by Mercedes because my dad had so many Mercedes and chauffeurs, and they had them since the 80s, the 70s. They had Mercedes already, and my dream was like, yeah, one day I'm gonna be like him and I will have my Mercedes as well. But today, that's not my dream anymore because I'm not trying to be him. I'm trying to be myself. And I will have a deeper explanation of why I call my next album, my album number 10, Bantu Royalty, which means the king of the Bantus. And people might think I'm talking about me, but I'm actually talking about my father. And understanding that my father is a king and I'm a prince, and I've been a king to be for a long time. I had to come to grip and accept this so that I could enjoy my success and enjoy my W's. A lot of people, they didn't do this introspection about their life, about what they view as success. We were talking earlier about all these people who have opinions about the vaccine, not the vaccine, the virus, is it real, is it a hoax, is it some worldwide conspiracy? A lot of the people, what they are saying is something that they read, is something that they saw in a tweet, they saw in a documentary, they saw it, and they didn't form an opinion. They are just ingesting and vomiting stuff that they read somewhere. And I believe that is super important to be able to do the introspection about self and try to understand who you are, what is your story, what did you do, how did you get there, what drives you, what is your definition of success. Not what is society's definition of success. If your definition of success according to your religion or your ways of your country or where you were raised is to be this, then this is success. If it's that, then that is success. And if for you making successful music is doing whatever you want and letting the people decide, and the people decide that they love it, all the people who come and say, yeah, but he's not from here or he's not that, they don't count. Because their opinion doesn't really matter. Especially if there are other singers or people who pretend that they are the guardians of the temple. The guardians of the temple is the public. The people who decided that Bounce Baby would be a major hit that would be, start a new generation of singers in the West Indies and create a global revolution in music is the people. It's not me. It's not other singers. It's not people from the industry who would come to me and say, who you think you are coming and changing our music? You don't even sing in Creole. Do you speak Creole? I'm like, yeah, I speak Creole. Yeah, but you're not from here. You're not us. And my answer was, fuck you. But I was still touched. I would meet these people today. I meet them. And when I meet them, they're like, Kaysha, book moi, oh, my brother, hey, we love you. You are one of us. I'm like, yeah. yeah. But I used to put too much of my success in the eyes of other people. And for a long time, I could not appreciate my own flowers, my own achievements, and I was not able to proudly talk about me, proudly talk about where I come from, who my parents are, how proud of them I am, of their history, of what they did, learn about them as well, because I was too preoccupied by strangers' opinions. And ever since I learned not to do this and define my own success and define what are my values and not from Twitter, TV, whatever, yeah, it changed my life. I had a conversation with Buddy, and yeah, he told me that when he met me, he was kind of shocked by how candidly and how I had no problem of displaying photos with my dad and these things, because, you know, people might say something, or putting photos of me as a kid with Mobutu, and it was like, well, I grew up there. This is my life. Like, yeah, you know, some people don't like him. Some people have an opinion of him that is formed by, yeah, you know, the accident. And some people had bad experiences, or people are on the wrong side of the fence, or they were their enemies. Who knows? But that's not my fault. I didn't choose where I grew up. So why would I have to pay? And this is why I hate it when people are hating on other people who didn't choose as well. And I learned, you know, it's very interesting to build your self-confidence, but at the same time be in the public eye, because a lot of people don't know what you go through. A lot of people don't know. You have families as well. Like, yeah, you have people that get sick, and like you might be doing a show and your mom is at the hospital. People don't know. You might be doing a show, you're sick yourself, and like, you know, but you have to, you know, the show must go on sometimes. And sometimes you don't want to go because you're sad, or maybe you just had a heartbreak and you are divested and you just want to be in bed crying, and no, you have to go perform. And people don't see this side of what it is to be an artist, or what it is to be a public figure. And a lot of people, because they don't deal with that, they kind of end up carrying all these luggage all their life, and they never sit down and deal with it. I really took the time, and quarantine is a great time to do it. I took the time 15 years ago, I think, to look myself in the mirror and define, like, what is my success, what is important, what is not, like, and I do it all the time. Even today, like, my definition of success changed. Back when I had my first kid, having kids was not success for me. It was like, oh my God, that's I'm too busy doing things, like, oh, how am I gonna do, like, you know? And it was a blessing, but I didn't realize it at that time, because I was too busy trying to, you know, impress other people and etc. and become famous, to be famous, express myself, be in the studio, work. When I had my daughter, my definition of success was building a family. Why? Because we change. There's 17, like 15 years between my two kids. My son is about to be 18. My daughter is 3. And in 15 years, I'm not the same person. So if I'm not the same person in 15 years, how can I have the same definitions of what is success when I learned so much in 15 years about friendship, about treason, about betrayal, about people, about fake love, about fake friends, about good friends, about unity, about solidarity, about all these things. All the things that I learned it changes you. So how can you have the same definition of success when you are 20 years old and when you are 30 years old or when you are 46 years old? And maybe when I get to 55 or 65 or 75, I might have different definition of what success is. And this is why it's super important to self-introspect. And every 6 months, every month, every week, whenever you need, look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what counts? Who are my friends? Are they the same from 5 years ago, or did they change? And it's not negative that things change, because this is life. In Buddhism, we have my very favorite sentence is, life is like a river. You are never in the same water twice. And that is true. Life, every minute that passes, you are in a different water, because life passes. The river is passing. You are inside the river, but because the water is going, it's never the same water. And life is like that. You are not the same person now than when we started this conversation, because something changed in the world. Somebody started a war somewhere, or something changed price, whatever, or somebody just left you, or just decide they're going to leave you tomorrow, or maybe somebody's thinking, I want to be with that person, and you don't know yet that you're going to meet that person, or somebody's going to be on your way that's going to change your life. You don't know. And with everything that happens to you in life, you are never the same person. And your opinions, this is why I always tell people, don't be religious about your opinion. The things you think today, you might not think them tomorrow. So leave some headroom to change your mind. And this is why I hate when I see interviews of politicians or famous people, and they show them something they said 20 years ago, and they say, you said that. Huh? What about now? And I see people being like, not knowing what to say. And I'm like, yo, if somebody showed me an interview of something I said 20 years ago, and it doesn't go with the way I think today, and they'd be like, yo, that was you saying that, so what do you have to say? I would say, yeah, I changed my mind. Oh, that's all you have to say? You say, yeah, you never change your mind? But what's going on here? What are you trying to make me say? Oh, you're not going to say that you're sorry for... I said, no, I don't have to say sorry for something I was thinking 20 years ago or 25 years ago when I was a stupid kid. Yeah, but you might have hurt now. You guys are hurting people by showing old videos of things I've said maybe in a joke or whatever, and now today you want to judge me from the standard of 2020 for something I'd said in 2000, 20 years ago, when everybody was saying the same thing. There's some ways we use in France. There's a lot of expression that we used to use that today, if you use them, people will jump on you. But back in the day, it was normal to talk this way about things, or to call a certain group a certain way. And today, it doesn't work anymore because of political correctness or whatever. But I'm like, yo, that was 20 years ago. And in all this time, people pretend that you didn't change. And I believe that we all change. We all do change every single day. Listen, when I was sick with COVID, and I was starting to hallucinate, and I was feeling myself go, and I was like hanging to life because, yeah, I wanted to see my daughter get married, have kids, and etc. Soon as the day I felt that I was breathing normally, I was another person. I was another person because I had been put in front of my own mortality. And I'm like, oh, damn, I'm not a god. I'm like, wait a minute. I've never been that sick. I can't be that sick. I didn't know. Oh my God. I could go and my mission is not complete. All the things that... It changes you. It changes your perception of reality is changed because you're like, I almost died. Anybody who almost died have a different connection with life. And maybe they're less reckless. Maybe when you're in a car and somebody drives bad or fast, you don't say nothing because you're scared of being the rabat-joie. But maybe when you start having a different thing of life, you like, listen, if you wanna continue driving like this, just drop me, and I'm gonna call an Uber, because I don't want to die with you niggas. Oh, come on, no. I'm serious. Listen, and it's just a thing where you change as life changes you, as life takes you to different things, as the people that you thought would never betray you, they betray you for nothing, or the people that you believe don't like you, one day they come to you and you say, hey, I'm your number one fan. I love your work. I love what you do for the culture. I love how you, and you're like, wow. When, I sing with another tune. I know a lot of singers, they are pedantic about it. And I'm a rapper, I'm a beat maker. I don't know how to sing without my plugs, and it's kind of a style for me. To me, what's important is to express myself. And I know some singers, they hate that. And sometimes when I'm with the real singers, I just don't say nothing because I'm scared of just talking and somebody tell me, it's a conversation between the real singers, so shut up. And I don't say nothing, and at a point, sometimes I'm in a conversation and they look at me and they're like, so, and what do you think? And I'm like, I say, no, listen, you are the most successful, you are da-da-da-da, everybody here respects your opinion, you are da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and we love the way you sing and the way you use the tools and the way you express the melodies, and I'm like, oh my God, what, you guys like me? What? Of course, you are amazing. Oh shit. All this is because we let the wrong people pollute our mind and our self-esteem. And I tell you all the time that, we have 400 people watching or come and go. We had 400 people tonight. I tell this all the time. I could go on Instagram and I have 4,000 people. But I want this to grow organically because I want to keep it clean. I want the people to come here to not be people who are polluting my chat. And trust me, if sometimes people come and pollute the chat and they get blocked quickly. Like you don't see, you just hear me doing this and boom, they disappeared. And sometimes I'm talking at the same time, I'm okay, click, click, gone. A lot of the people, whatever they say in the chat, there's a lot of words that are filtered. So a lot of messages don't even arrive in the chat. And I just have only me see the messages and I just block them niggas. Because I learned to protect my energy. I learned to protect my energy from all these people. A lot of people that I've met that have negative energy 20 years ago, today, when I see where they are, they didn't move and I moved. And this is a validation of my way of life. Always put positivity in front, always put respect in front, always put your interest behind positivity and behind the respect you have for other people. And this to me is how you gain self-esteem. So, tomorrow, tonight, in a month, after this live, it's almost 4 a.m. I'm about to bounce. After this moment we have together, and again, I'm thankful. I'm blessed to have you guys. I'm blessed to be able to converse with you guys twice a week and have conversations about anything, listen to opinions, give you more opinions, sometimes talk about business, sometimes talk about life, sometimes give you energy and sometimes receive energy from you. I'm blessed to have this, and the reason why I'm protecting this as well as I'm protecting everything in my life is because I learned that to be able to really protect your energy and protect what you call your self-esteem, you need to first of all clean up around you. So again, after this live, tomorrow, whenever you see this video, maybe you're going to see this video in 2 years. If you are watching the replay of this video, take the time to do some self-introspection and ask yourself if the definitions of whatever in your life are updated. System update. If you are version Kaysha 11.3, time to go to 12.5 or 14. You have to sometimes update everything and not let the world decide for you what is success, what is happiness, what is good, what is, do you have to have a baby before a certain age if you're a woman? Do you have to get married before a certain age if you're a man? Or do you have to never divorce when you are married because society says it, or because everybody loves your couple, you are couple goals? If you are couple goals, but inside of your house you are miserable, what the fuck? All this you have to start asking yourself, am I in my shoes? Am I in the right place in my shoes? I met a person who's I don't even know what he is, but told me it was a guy who finds the energies, whatever. He told me, wow, it's rare to meet people like you. Told me that like 10 years ago. I was like, what you mean? So, most people, they think something and they go in one way and their soul is in another place. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are in your boots. Your soul is where your body is, and you are looking at the direction you are going. A lot of people are looking here, going here, and their body is there. And most of the time is because of self-esteem and is because of pollution from the outside. So listen, guys, take some time and do that. Let me see if people are still here sometimes. No, it's funny because when I talk, I see the chat in front of me, and so I have the chat here, I have the chat here, and I have the chat here. And because what is here, I see it on the screen because I see myself on the screen here. And so if I don't see the chat moving, sometimes I'm like, maybe they're all gone, and I'm speaking to myself, and then I see, oh no, it's the same people. Why nobody left. But because the chat is not moving, I'm like, but yeah, no, sometimes you're just listening to me, or maybe sometimes everybody here, but everybody fell asleep. You've entered territories where people would never dare to. So many of these artists, especially African ones, are scared to leave outside of their demographic bubble. I have nothing to add, brother. Distant Shadow. Good stuff right here. I love this episode. Thank you so much and welcome to Club Shada. I think it's the first time I see you. Which is why most of African music is segregated. Thank you again for all your sharings, man. It's kind of surprising to discover that you were not that confident before, even though you were a successful artist. Yes, a lot of successful artists, because people see the success, they don't realize that sometimes people go through a lot of things. It is true. Real talk. Thank you, sister. Thanks for sharing what's on your mind. I enjoy your show. Thank you, sister, as well. Thank you so much. Well, guys, I said everything I had to say, you know. We're still here taking notes. That's beautiful. Well, listen, that's what I have for you tonight. Listen, I hope I didn't speak too much. I hope that you enjoyed. If you enjoyed tonight's show, put some hearts in the chat. And as always, this show has been brought to you by shadaware.com. And next show is Wednesday. What do I have for you? Wednesday, I think we will do a studio session. It's been a long time that I have to record, and I guess yeah, I like to record at night, and because at night I do Club Shada, then I don't record. So I'm gonna do a whole studio session Club Shada Wednesday, and I'm just gonna be like working on songs, mixing songs, maybe writing some songs with you guys, etc., etc. So it was a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm gonna leave you again with the new song because I'm super proud of this song. Evil. And yeah, what can I say? I hope that everybody enjoyed tonight's show. And I will see you guys Wednesday. Alrighty? Bless up. Thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here every episode. This is episode 65. I really didn't think that we would go so far when I started, because it's very interesting. I'm super confident, but at the same time, it's not that I'm not confident, but I don't know. Because I don't know. But I love the process. I'm driven by the process more than the success. To me, once you achieve, I was finishing the show anyway. Once you arrive somewhere and you build what you wanted to build, it's done. This is why when people tell me, yeah, when do you do another song like Kaysha on Dikwa? I'm like, oh, when would you do a song like One Love? I'm like, when do you do another song like Something Going On? I'm like, but why would I want to do a song like this? Those are the best versions of this. I don't feel the need to do them again. Somebody told me on Twitter today again, not something on WhatsApp. Somebody said, yeah, when are you doing a new Kaysha on Dikwa? I'm like, I don't need to. This song is still popular. The song is 17 years. It's still playing as much as before. It's still playing in all the parties. I don't need to. And it's done. This is done. And that's how I am. I love the process more than the success. To me, what is successful is seeing new people. You see, Distant Shadow, a new person. Kyle, a new person. This to me is every time we have a new person that comes to Club Shada, I see the names. I remember when Matt Music came for the first time. I remember. He was there. and then I saw him again, and then I saw him again, and then I saw him again. I remember when Ellis came for the first time. I remember I was like, hey, this one is from Buddy's show. She saw me at Buddy's live, and then she came here, and then she stayed. And this to me right here is the drive. Seeing people coming, new people, and because I'm more focused on this, I'm not really caring about how is it working? Do I have a lot of people? Do I make money? I don't really care about that because I'm busy enjoying the process. And I think if more people focused on the process of what they are doing and more about the idea of success that is imposed to them by other people, they would actually enjoy what they're doing. Listen, I enjoy what I'm doing right now with you guys. I enjoy it. Like, it's, to me, it's better than doing a show. It's better than yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it because I'm seeing it grow. I'm seeing it, episode after episode. I'm seeing more people. I'm having ideas. I'm starting to, it's blossoming of what I could do. I'm like, what if, I did a special one, and I did like a whole week with one episode per day. Like, I'm starting to have crazy ideas. When I'm starting to have crazy ideas, it means I'm excited. When I'm excited, it means that I'm completely deep inside of my process. And that's amazing. That is amazing. I'm not going to, let me just play some music and leave you guys. It was a pleasure. As always, thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your positivity. Spread love always. And I love you guys. Make sure you go or send a text to anybody and tell them I love you.
Time of the night in the club, me and my boys, we here. I got flood in the world, but you rock the atmosphere. I'ma send my boy, to talk to your girl. Not enough of time, girl, you a dime. Wish we had a time, so I can make you mine, oh my. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Girl, I was about to make you wet on the dance floor. Oh, nah, 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 nah. But you know I'm coming back for more. Hey girl, don't you feel? Let me grab your hips like this. I know what you feel. It's the ego that I show. Hey girl, don't you feel? Let me grab your hips like this. I know what you feel. It's the ego that I show.
Cada vez que estoy contigo, siento algo en mí. A veces somos enemigos, pero te quiero a ti. I just wanna be your baby. Yo quiero todo de ti. I just wanna be your lady. Dime solo que sí. Ven conmigo a bailar. Ven y pégate más. Yo solo para ti.
Yo, I knew that you'd come back to the club and you beg for more. There's some situations like this one that you can't ignore. slow down. I know what you feel. It's the ego that I show. Hey girl, don't you feel? Let me grab your hips like this. I know what you feel. It's the ego that I show.